Tyson with the St. Louis Center for Play Therapy Training. Here today in the training room at my office where I, a couple of times a month, have a play therapy training where mental health professionals come to learn more about play therapy, work toward their registered play therapist certification, and network with one another as well. Today, I'm not training. I want to do a little demonstration for you. I recently began going into an elementary school 1 day a week to facilitate some play therapy groups. So I've had to learn how to be portable and do it in a way that's easy for me to tote things back and forth to the school, and also still be able to have enough toys to facilitate the play groups that I have there, which are very child-centered in nature. So I thought you'd probably enjoy seeing what I got. This is my duffel bag. It's rather heavy, but where I have to walk from the parking lot into the school building is a relatively short distance. Unfortunately, there's some steps I have to navigate, so I'm unable to really be able to bring in a bag that has wheels on it. So this is pretty easy for me to carry like this, or it has a big shoulder strap. I can strap it across me. So it does work for the purpose that I have. I know a lot of portable therapists who use a wheeled duffel, a wheeled suitcase, because it's so much easier to tote it around. This works for my purpose. So let's open it up and let's see what's inside. I think I mentioned I'm facilitating these groups from a child-centered perspective. So those of you who are familiar with child-centered play therapy will probably be familiar with Gary Landreth and the 3 categories of toys that he suggests you have toys from if you're going to do child-centered play therapy. One being real-life toys, the second being creative expressive toys, and the third being aggressive release toys. So that's what I have a really, really good selection of. And you know, sometimes toys fit into more than one category. So first thing I have here are some puppets. All kinds of different puppets. Some that are kind of aggressive looking, some that are maybe not so aggressive looking. We need some of both. The groups that I facilitate have anywhere from 2 to 4 children in them. So I need enough toys for a 45-minute play group for 2 to 4 children at each given time. I have a bag full of wooden blocks. Wooden are heavier. If I had foam, that would probably be a lot easier for me to tote, but I do have wooden. They are small. So if these would have to get tossed, thrown, they're probably not going to do as much destruction as something that maybe would be a little bit heavier. I also have some little wooden vehicles, planes, cars. Look at this one. Somebody put a Band-Aid on that one. Must have needed a repair. I've also got like a little taxi. I like to have vehicles that are sort of representative of maybe the experiences the children that you're going to be working with will have. Ambulance, school bus, since we are in a school setting. Also a fire truck, and I know there's another plane, and I know there is a police car in here as well. Anyway, you kind of get the idea with the blocks. I also have 2 baby dolls. The population at the school where I am at is very diverse, so we need to have toys, dolls in this instance, that are have different colored skin tones, so that a child can pick at them and go, hey, that looks like me. So baby dolls, and to go with the baby dolls, we have a bottle. We also have some toy dishes. And I have some homemade Play-Doh. I like to make my own Play-Doh. It's pretty affordable. It lasts a pretty long time. And I find it's not as crumbly and it's easier to clean up than store-bought Play-Doh. That's just my own personal preference. If you're interested in how to make your own Play-Doh, you can always send me an email or check out some of my other play therapy videos, because I know I did a video one time of how to make your own Play-Doh. I also have art supplies. I like these little clear plastic school boxes so I can see what's inside of them. They fold up, they fit well in my duffel bag. I've got markers, washable of course, a couple of glue sticks, some tape. Here's some more art supplies, a couple of scissors, blunt edges, craft sticks, pipe cleaners, chenille stems, however you refer to them. A doctor kit. We've got a mask. We've got a syringe. We've got real Band-Aids. cotton balls, and a real stethoscope. I like to have things that pretty much replicate the real stuff. I think it makes for a much more meaningful play therapy experience for children. So that would be the doctor kit. I also have a little container here full of all kinds of different animals. Wild animals, domesticated animals, fish, fowl, you name it, dinosaurs. Also mixed in here are some little miniature Disney characters like princesses. There's Ariel the mermaid. I've got firefighter figures, police officer figures. There's also some soldiers, army men, 2 different colors, because it's important to have 2 different colors, because how else can you have a battle? And if you think miniature when you're portable, it certainly can help you have a lot more things than if you have larger size toys. And I think that's really good when it comes to things like animals and other little figures. The smaller they are, the more you can tote along. So it'd be awesome to have bigger dinosaurs, but then I wouldn't be able to have a lot of them, and I wouldn't be able to have a lot of other animals. A doll family. Lots of different little pieces. They're bendable, posable. A lot of the kids at the school where I go refer to this little guy as Justin Bieber. Some are older looking people, some are younger looking, like a Justin Bieber. Some are little baby figures. And as with the baby dolls, they have different colored skin tones to be reflective of all the different children that are parts of my play therapy groups. To go along with the doll family is some doll furniture. I've got bathroom, toilet, a sink and a tub, a couple chairs, a table, a bed, a couple of little shelves. There's a little piece in here that could be a TV or computer. And kids like to put the dolls in with the furniture in a house setting, and sometimes they want blankets to cover them up with. And at the dollar store one day I found baby washcloths. They're perfect for the doll houses. Or if you want to have a little picnic, you could spread it on the ground and have a little doll picnic with it as well. And you could wash these very easily if they get soiled. Because I don't have access to a sink in the room where I facilitate the groups, I do bring in some little hand wipes. So that way kids can wipe their hands off if they get Play-Doh or marker on them. I can wipe down the baby dolls. I can wipe down the stethoscope, clean off the tabletops with the Play-Doh because it does get a little sticky sometimes. And in regards to baby bottle nipple, I do always carry extra ones, because if I see someone putting this in their mouth, I make sure at the end of the session that I replace that. I also carry additional rolls of tape and glue sticks and a few extra markers, some pipe cleaners and things like that, the stuff that gets used frequently. There's always a limited amount that I put out for each group, so in each respective group, when that is gone, that's all that I have for that group. So the next group that comes in, then I can replace that. And then lots of different colors of construction paper, which are pretty affordable as well. So, and then this is my dollhouse, because I don't have room to tote a dollhouse as well. It's cardboard that I've cut slits in, slide it together, and you can set it on the floor, set it on a table, and the children use these for respective rooms. So you can certainly come up with lots of different ideas of making a dollhouse. You can cover, this one I covered with some contact paper. You could just leave it blank. You'd have kids decorate it. You could paint it, use scrapbooking paper, and less options, just depending on, you're only limited by your ability to be creative or not be creative. So these are the items that I have. So things like baby dolls and doctor kits and toy dishes are things that are real life toys, as are animals. And some of these puppets are real life animals as well. Vehicles, real life. Things like the doll family, the doll furniture, I think I maybe already mentioned that. Aggressive release toys could be some of these aggressive looking puppets. Soldiers, some of the wild animals could be aggressive. Craft sticks can be used as an aggressive release toy, because you could easily snap one and break it if you were angry. You could rip up paper. You could crumple paper if you were angry. So creative, expressive when we think of these craft supplies, but they can also maybe be used as an aggressive release toy. Sometimes I bring in paper towel tubes as well, or toilet tissue tubes, so the children can craft things with those, or they can use them as an aggressive release toy. Play-Doh, creative, expressive, but it could also be an aggressive release toy, because you could punch it, you could squeeze it, you could toss a ball of it on the floor if you were feeling angry. So everything that's here is toteable, portable, fits in this bag. I have access in the room that I use for the groups. I have a table area where I put out the art supplies and the baby dolls and the Dr. Kid and the Play-Doh and the puppets. And then on the floor area, I put all the blocks and all the little animals and the doll family and the dollhouse furniture and all the little vehicles. So there's kind of two different parts of the room. And when you have a group with 2 to 4 children, that certainly works well. They can all be in, there's space for all of them to be in the same area, or there's space for them to be in 2 separate areas. So wherever they choose and they would like to go. So everything in here, most of it is stuff that does not have to be replaced, but some of it does need to be replaced. Sometimes I have to replenish and replace after each group. Sometimes I have to just replace at the end of the day to get ready for the next week when I do go back. So I do always have to budget for things like paper, glue sticks, tape, and Band-Aids. However, within each group setting, for example, the first group that comes in when I go in next week, there'll be a roll of tape. If that group uses that whole roll of tape within that 45-minute time frame, I'll put a fresh roll of tape out for the next group. If there's still some left, then there's tape for the next group. What happens is it's a great way for children to what? Learn self-control, learn frustration tolerance, and learn that, hey, sometimes in life we don't always get what we want. So they're trying to make something with tape, the tape runs out. We don't have any more tape. You wish we had more tape today, but we don't have any more. This is all we have today. So are they able to come up with something else that they can use instead? Are they able to manage that frustration or that anger that they might feel? So it's good ways for them to sort of test limits, have self-control, and deal with the frustration and anger that sometimes comes with when we don't always have what we need or what we want. So same thing with Band-Aids in the Dr. Kit. There's always about 10 Band-Aids in there at any given time. So once the Band-Aids are used up by the children in that group, there's no more Band-Aids for that time. So like I said, I do have to kind of budget for those things and make sure that I can replenish those things all the time. But you could certainly take a look at the group if you're going to go in and do groups or individual. Of course, if you were doing individual, you probably wouldn't go through quite as many of some of those respective supplies like arts, like craft sticks and paper and glue sticks and some of those things. So in a group setting, we do go through a little bit more. But anyway, this is what I use. I thought you might be interested in seeing it. I had to tweak it a little bit after I went on the first week because I didn't really know what kind of groups I was going to have. And then I found out it was going to be all boys, so I didn't need to have quite as many things that maybe would be a little bit more that girls would play with, even though in regards to all this, there's certainly things in here that are sort of gender neutral that either boys or girls would play with. So I hope you have enjoyed taking a peek inside my portable play kit today. If you have one, I'd love to hear about it. I'd love to see pictures of it. I am always intrigued by how portable play therapists, whether they go into schools or whether they go into homes, how they tote their things, how they make it work for them. You could send photos to me at my email address, pam@stlplaytherapy.com. You can always connect with me through Facebook. I'm also on Pinterest. I recently started a pin board that's all about portable play therapy. So I'm going to try to give you some more ideas and resources for you to be able to be a portable play therapist. So for more information about me, about the St. Louis Center for Play Therapy Training, and for ways that you can connect with me, go to www.stlplaytherapy.com. On the top of the homepage is a whole string of social media buttons. You can click on any of those to connect with me. So I really look forward to hearing from you.